Could have went into the curse. Yeah, all day. It's simple, man. But it's trying to like different conspiracies and how we know this. The first is Lord, and start off to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Wa'akadah Shukah. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings to you, brothers, to the students of the honors and apostles, and the elders of the great millstone who will well of Joshua Allah being leaders for Israel. Alright, come out. Peace and blessings to you, brothers, across the four corners of the earth. Teaching this truth in sincerity and according in the spirit and in truth. Alright? And to the rest of you believers out there that are of the Israelite nation, which consists of so-called blacks, aka Negroes, and so-called Latinos, women and children out there that believe that will be saved after the destruction that is written to come to this earth on high. To you, I say peace and blessings as well. Alright, so we're just going straight to it. But yeah, man. The end is clear, man. They got out down. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we could have just gone straight into the curses for it. Because it's that simple. Sometimes it can be overcomplicated more than what it needs to be. You know? Trying to go into it. I say you could have put a direction. Because her situation was that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that would have been a question if we would have went into it. You know? Anyway, let's get to the first thing that's going on. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. Right. Be sober and watch unto prayer. So, you know, you're supposed to be watching and praying, man. You got to be sober minded, you got to be sober in your spirit. The brother can get that staggered, but not at their age. You know what I'm saying? And so I like this out. This is Deuteronomy 32. But now they drink. They're off the spiritual. Good, you're right. You're right. Certain things have you off your square. You know, it has your whole rhythm off. You know, you're out of balance. You're out of sync. You're out of sync with the Lord, man. You're out of sync with the earth. You know, like the dude with both. He's out of sync with the earth. You know, because here it is, he had colon cancer, and it's simple herbal remedy for all these things, man. He's the only one in the world. And he couldn't beat it. That's how you know. This is the Lord saying he won't beat it. Next time he gets that. I got it. Go ahead, bring it up, bro. This is Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 9. Say yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken. Where you at? Where you at? Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 9. It says, stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. See? What is it that they're actually offering? They're off that sauce that they talk about. This is Deuteronomy 13, like 32, and 31 I'm going to start at. It says, for their rock is not as our rock, even our enemies themselves being judged. For their vine is, and what do you get from vines? Grapes. And what does grapes produce? Wine. It says, for their vine is the vine of Sodom, and of the field of Gomorrah. Their grapes are the grapes of gall. Their clusters are bitter. Their wine is the poison of dragons. You know, it says, and the cruel venom of asps. Alright? So this is Revelation. Revelation,
What is the last one sitting over there?
yeah, regular.
Greeting.
Yeah.
You got the animal right there.
He got his sword. He got his sword. Yeah. What's good with this? Oh, I seen you right there.
Dude who said, came out airline.
Oh, really? Yeah, man. He brought the white sword this time. Right. If he did, if a brother can give me that, made the whole earth drunken with the wine of her fornication, you put wine of her fornication. Yeah, man. It says, again, this is Deuteronomy 32 and 33. It says, their wine is the poison of dragons. So, you read about that dragon in Revelation. That dragon is talking about the so-called white man, man. This is Revelation. It's got 14 and 8 and 18 and 3. You see it, brother? Yeah, man. How is that? See that? That's too bright to be a plane right now.
They have like a halo around it. You notice that? I mean, this is cool. Yeah. Had like something around it at first, and then it bent down. It looked like it just dispersed into two things, and then just went back into one. Like that 18
That's another one.
Oh, wow.
It's another one. Hey, that one just came out of nowhere.
The other one still going by.
Alright. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 33 one more time. It says their wine is the poison of dragons and the cruel venom of asps. This is Revelation 8.
You guys have a good Sabbath, man.
Alright, man. And he's sincere. At least you know the scriptures, man. You know? He off. And we know our stuff. But today ain't the Sabbath. You know? But at least you rehearsing, you know? This is Revelation 12 and 7. It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. You see it? And what do you see right now? SpaceX Force. You know what I'm saying? And what is the name? The dragon. Right? They're preparing to fight against the angels. You know, the Palestine, Mike Allen. It says, and his angels fought against the dragon. So that's that same dragon. You know, that dragon that we go ahead and finish it. It says, and the dragon fought and his angels. So that dragon, let me go ahead, it says, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. You see? So who better to make a wine than this dragon that's been deceiving everybody? Who is also known as the devil, Satan, and the serpent. What does that serpent go back to? Garden of Eden. It says, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him. So obviously this is not talking about an actual dragon, nor an actual serpent. It's talking about the so-called white man, man. Cooking up these different forms of witchcraft, form of movies. You go ahead and bring that out before I go into this.
This is Revelation chapter 15 and verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
The whole earth is going to feast on it. You know? This is Isaiah. Quick look up. This is Isaiah 60. Rocky. Isaiah 60:2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. So the so-called white man, he brought wine to get people drunk, but not actually have them drinking wine. That's witchcraft there. How you get me drunk without actually having me drink any alcohol? That's power. And not only that, darkness. He took all the light off the planet. But the Lord said he's going to rise upon us and cause us to shine. The brother want to get that. Started 15, 14. Do all things without disputing. Started with that first. Matter of fact, you started there. Philippians 2 and 14. But yeah, man, how do you get a people drunk without causing them to drink any alcohol? Through what you know is commercials, advertisements, food, so-called celebrities, so-called cultural leaders, whatever they call them. The brothers say entertainment, that's right. Bring it out, brother.
So Philippians 2:14.
That's right.
Says, do all things without murmurings and disputing,
That's right.
that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of the Most High, without rebuke.
We ain't out here arguing with you. You wanted to come out here last week and argue with us. Trying to keep picking different points to argue. This is what we prove you on. Listen, bro, we ain't come out here to be taught. We want to be out here. We be at home studying. We out here to teach. You reaching. You know what I'm saying? So,
You have the history down.
and he even had the scriptures down. The scriptures out of this. This is for further proof, which is a part of the scripture. The Lord says he's going to bring out documentation, right? You know what I'm saying? But it says, basically, faith was that, Corinthians 11:1. Romans 11:1, faith is the substance of things hoped for. So the Hebrews 11:1. Yeah, it is Hebrews 11:1. Hold that. You got it, brother.
In the midst of a crooked and perverse nation.
So that's now what nation is he talking about? He's talking about the Israelite nation. But we're also in the midst of America. You know what I'm saying? And all the other places we have been scattered to. You know? So every brother that wakes up to the truth, we've been shined upon. He's going to shine upon as far as the men of the Israelite nation that receive this truth. That's the Lord shining upon you, and then with that you're able to see what's right, what's wrong, what's really going on. Oh damn, that dragon not really a damn dragon. It's a white man. You know what I'm saying? The devil always painted red. Dragons always painted red. You know what I'm saying? Serpents, whatever you want to call it. Serpent is basically a younger form of a dragon. And guess what? Who God happens to hate, which we have also been able to see with that light he's put upon us now, is Esau. And guess how he looks? Red. So it's a man. And the only people we see on the planet Earth that's red is who people call to be so-called white people, Caucasians. So that's darkness. Because how it is, only way how can I clearly see you're red, but I'm calling you white? As if it's dark. See that? Because he said, I'm white. But you taught me my color. Master, you said this. No, Master, I think you got this one wrong now. You said this one red. That ain't red, Master. Now your slaves waking up, man. And you about to be overthrown. Because we was actually princes the whole time. Princesses. Gods. Those that have been promised. Man, our birthright is immortality, man. That's why he wanted so bad. Okay. So that's that crooked and perverse nation. And that crooked perverse nation wanted to these niggas who want to come up against us and stay in that darkness. Matter of fact, if a brother can get that, they come not to the light. It's in the gospel. They come not to the light, man. That's why we were trying to break it down to them last week. they was getting it, but they wouldn't come. And then you up here saying like, yo, yeah, you got the scriptures like, for this house. You don't want to come into the light. Because we over here, the Lord got the light over us, and we just all we doing is this. You see? And it show you everything that's going on. So what does darkness do? It's like, because it's more light. You like close this. It could be dark. You know when somebody come in your room, mom's come in your room, pops come in your room, or whoever, sister, or somebody, or whoever it may be, they cut the light on or some shit. When you sleep, you be like, ah! You got something to do with that. It ain't the right one. Just search. Whatever you got, you bring that out too. But it just go right on what you were just saying. They come not to the light. Matthew, it'll go with that too. Matthew chapter 4, verse 16. The people which sat in darkness saw great light. Right. And to them which sat in the region in shadow of death, light is sprung up. See that? Light is sprung up. That go right into it, man. And always, it's like three birds with one stone. It's talking about the darkness. It's talking about how light is now here. And it's talking about how people actually see it now. So, it's no excuse. In other words, it's still dark, but it's a light here now. It's like when the power go off and you got somebody finally light a candle or something. It's on you if you stay in the damn, stay bumping your head. Go get the candle, bro. You know? Yeah, bro.
That's like the gospel. They don't put a candle in the table. It says, in the midst of their crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world.
So when someone turns on the light, when your eyes have got accustomed to being in darkness, and somebody comes in with that light, you hate the light. Your eyes reject it. Turn it off, you get mad.
You know, when you walk the step outside, like touching the money, swimming, and like, you don't want to look at it, you know?
Yeah. That's it, man. It ain't hard to get, man. Hey, the Lord said He made the foolish things the wisdom of this world, man. The weak things, the strong things of this world. You know? Call it a little time. They come not to the light. Lest their ways be foolish. I had to bring that out at the plant one day. You know what I'm saying? Was being with you. You know? To myself. I ain't bring it out to nobody but myself. So yeah, that's that, man. I got it, brother. You can reread that, you know something? Damn, I forgot where we was going after. Yeah, I know it's the fake thing. Basically lost it. They come out to the light. I got something real quick, bro.
I had tried looking at it up. I was afraid to come up, so I started doing those words.
Wow. Yeah, this is John 3:20. You come out to light. John 3:20. You got it? John chapter 3, verse 20. It says, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light. See that? Neither cometh to the light, see? Lest his deeds should be reproved. See that, man? Ain't nobody ain't finna lay down for y'all. Like the brothers just brought out. Let's get that scripture, man. You know how the damn candle under a bushel? Like Matthew 6. Matthew 4, 5 on the road. What is it? 5 and 15. 5 and 15. I got it. Matthew chapter 5, verse 15. 14. Turn. Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. So it's just like now. They see in the city. And in the end, they're going to see the city coming out in the sky. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that. 21 and 10. You going on this one? Matthew chapter 5, verse 15. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel. See that?
but on a candlestick.
You see? So we pop it up. We actually make it, you know what I'm saying? We show it off. You know what I'm saying? You put it in the, put it above the fireplace. You know what I'm saying? You put it where it could possibly,
Useful.
where it could possibly,
Where people can actually, you know what I'm saying?
This is Revelation 21 and 10. It says 21 and 12. It says, and how they, matter of fact, 10. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and shewed me that great city. See? That's that same city. That's that Matthew 5 and 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. This is Revelation 21 and 10. It says, and he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and shewed me that great city. He broke it down to him. You know what I'm saying? It says in the holy Jerusalem. Not just Jerusalem, because you know Jerusalem is the people. You see? All Jerusalem not holy. This the elect. The holy Jerusalem. He didn't show me Jerusalem. He showed me the holy Jerusalem. Because the Lord got issues with Jerusalem. Right? The people, the actual world. And the place. This is Revelation 21 and 10. Continues. The holy Jerusalem descending out of heaven from God. You see that? So that's when we're beamed up and we're changed. How about you on top? See that? Gotta blow that roof right there. Woo! It's wild daylight too. Ah man. Nothing else. And it's getting brighter now. Oh man. Hey, you gonna be coming out of it, man. I had a dream. Those same things we look at. They packed the sky. Most I've ever seen in the sky. It was more than the fleet that the brothers just seen. You know what I'm saying? It was so cold. I knew it was the end. Matter of fact, that's the dream I had about when the eagles came down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about I knew. You know what I'm saying? I knew. I was like, it was so many. I'm like, it's it. When I was upstairs talking to the dude, the brother, he was asking me my name and all that. We was breaking it down. His family, he had his whole family set up or whatever. They all knew it too. And I seen, because he had that big window. I looked out that glass window and I seen the sky was packed with those things, exactly how those look, bro. We ran downstairs. I'm talking about fell on the concrete on our knees, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing, you didn't even see him get off. There he was off of him. Tell me what that is. Ain't nothing else up. Bro, ain't nothing in the sky right now. Hey man, this is Amos. My brother want to get Amos 9 and 8, and Proverbs 15 and 4, and Psalm 68 and 17. But yeah, man. Then I'll get this. Let me bring this out real quick. This is 1 Corinthians 1 and we'll start at verse 1. This is another one. This is over that Hebrews. The Hebrews 11 and 1. This is 1 Corinthians 1 and 22. Man, that's heavy. That's good. Salaki, give me 1 second.
Call it Amos 9 and
8, Proverbs 15, 4, Psalm 68, 17. And I'm going to bring this out real quick. I got that picture. 1 Corinthians 1 and 27. It says, matter of fact, I'm going to start at 26. It says, matter of fact, I'm going to start at 25. It says, because the foolishness of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah is wiser than men. And the weakness of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah is stronger than men. For ye see your calling, brethren. We see it, man. It's clear. You know what I'm saying? It says, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. So LeBron James, Reggie Jackson, Oscar De La Damn Hoya, you know what I'm saying? So forth, man. All these mighty, noble men, they're not called because they wise after the flesh. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James basically run the league. Oscar De La Hoya runs boxing. Golden Boy Productions push all the boxing matches. That's Oscar De La Hoya. Who else was it say? Jesse Jackson, he don't really do it. You know what I'm saying? He don't do nothing, really. But he a politician. You know what I'm saying? He wise after the flesh. You know, he able to take knowledge. He know how to lick ass. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you do it. The right one, he wild after the flesh.
So he apply that knowledge. And it leads to his wisdom in this world. This world. Oh man, look at that. This is this 1 Corinthians 1:21 says, for after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom, I mean not God. It say, it pleased Yahweh by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. So this world's wisdom has nothing to do with true wisdom. The wisdom, it's not about being aligned with God. It's about witchcraft. That's why you got on the back of the dollar, you know what I'm saying? And God we trust. All over the money, man. You know what I'm saying? All over it. All over the money. That's witchcraft, man. But none of the things y'all trust in is aligned with what the scriptures say. Nothing. So when it came time to actually know wisdom, actually be about what it is to please God, you can't do it. Because you know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, the Lord has chosen, it says verse 27, but God has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and God has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the mighty things, to confound the things which are mighty, and base things of the world. You see, nobody, it's just a star. And them things gonna pack the sky and they're gonna transform those people, man. It says, and the things which are despised hath God chosen. Yeah. And the things which are not, to bring to naught the things that are. Go ahead, I can start.
Amos chapter 9, verse 8.
Right.
Behold, the eyes of the Lord of Yahweh power are upon the sinful kingdom.
See? And they bright, man. They very bright, right?
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
And what is that bright? And what are those eyes? Those eyes are what you see in the sky right now, man. You know? We the real Illuminati. The one eye, you know what I'm saying? You only see one eye out there right now. You see? You know? And God we trust. That's what's on the back of the dollar. The one eye, man. The damn one eye. The all-seeing eye. See? They know. The so-called white man knows, bro.
And what they say them pyramids turn into?
Spaceships. They say they fly. Come on, bro. It's clear. Lord gave us the light, man.
This is Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 4. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein.
Hold on.
What's down to 8? I read Amos 9:8.
Proverbs 15 and 4.
Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 3. The eye of the Lord, the eyes of the Lord are in every place.
They everywhere, man. People see them in France. People see them in Australia. People see them in Mexico. People see them in Brazil, Peru. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers in Peru teaching right now, man. You know? That should trip me out, man. I will buy Shem, Yahweh Shah, buy Shem, and Taco Dots. You know what I'm saying? Who told them? So this is real, man. Everybody called though, man. You know, they probably talked to some brothers, but come on, they in Peru. Everybody follow America. But who was leading in America? Judah. Who said to follow Judah? He's prevalent. See, you can't make it up, man. Dude's coming up against the 12 tribe right now, man. You dudes don't even want to step to this, man. At all. It's gonna get cut. Real deep. That was it on that. You finished the verse already.
It's Proverbs. It's Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
We got that 68 and 17.
So Psalm 68 and 17. The chariots of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai are 20,000, even thousands of angels.
So that was that dream, man. That dream, it was so many, I couldn't even count them, man. I wouldn't say it was 20,000. Hell, I wouldn't say it wasn't. You know? The Lord can make something. It's so deep that they be showing you these things on these type of shows like Naruto and stuff like that. You would think one thing is something else and it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like the different powers they have. The whole idea of power comes from the power. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh. Manipulation of the mind, all that. The Lord, that's all they're talking about in the scripture.
You will see one dot, man, but this person is like 5 to 10. You know what I'm saying? It might look like a dot from here, but you look closer, because we see videos too. You look closer, it's more than one next to each other. You know what I'm saying?
The whole time.
Right. So like you look so agree. This is just that. They all just sitting next to each other, they got to disperse.
This is yeah, so the Lord, one more time on that, brother. I got something too.
So Psalm 68 and 17.
Right.
The chariots of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai are 20,000, even thousands of angels.
Right.
The Lord is among them. The Lord is among them.
That's what I was saying, bro. We got called Jesus. And it tells you how he left, that's how we gonna see him coming back, man. He's gonna come back with those clouds. Let's get that Revelation 1 and 7.
As in Sinai,
See?
in the holy place.
Right. See? So this is that's how you can bring it out. They still walk around eating ice cream, man.
This is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds.
Behold, behold, behold. See, now you start looking. That's it. Good.
Behold, he cometh with clouds.
That was moving, man. Now the butter, the top center.
And every eye shall see him.
Every eye. You see? Hold on. Every eye. Yeah, the Lord.
They can see.
Yeah, the word.
I mean, every eye go see him too, but we see him. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody gonna see him, man. All you niggas gonna see him, like the brother said. It ain't even gonna be, in that day, it ain't gonna be in the elect thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's the revelation.
Everybody will open up. The Lord gonna open everybody.
They gonna be a star no more.
We the only ones that can see that right now.
Exactly.
When, in that day, everybody. Read it one more time, bro. One time.
This is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
See, them not clouds, because clouds are already here. You see? He gonna come with what's already here. No, he coming with them six, man. You know? I mean, they do, but, you know, they not, the whole point, man, everybody gonna see it in that day, man. You know? Everybody. It ain't gonna be only us sitting out here seeing it. Yeah, like, no one even has a clue, like,
people see it. That's a start. That's a start, man.
people couldn't even look at the sky anymore.
Matter of fact, they probably didn't even realize I was sitting up there like that.
They can't be looking at the sky. Because if you check the sky, we should have way more reports on this. It's a small group of people that the Lord is forcing to look up, and then they recording it, and they just freak out. They get freaky. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, man.
And then they'll lose.
Then there go another one out. See? It just appeared out of nowhere, man. Behold, one more time, brother.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Every eye, man. Every eye. We're not every eye right now. Brothers in the truth is not every eye. You know what I'm saying? Every eye gonna see it. Keep going.
And they also, so what? I'm gonna start from the top. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. And they also which pierce him,
And what?
and they also which pierce him.
See, that? So reincarnation is real, and all you niggas gonna see him too. You gonna know that ain't no star. You gonna know that ain't no cloud. You gonna know somebody coming. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna see him, man. Ooh, what's that? Is that the moon? You gotta probably step over here and see that. You see that? Right there. It's like yellow, right above the light. Towards the end of the indigo building, with light in the middle. You top over and see that's the moon. There is a no say God. No, it is. I see the orb. Yeah, you got to step back. Right behind it, you'll see it. Orb, boy. Right over the shoulder. Yeah, it's coming up. And you come right here, you see the whole thing. It's the commandment to look up, man. Oh, yeah. That's right. Get my salvation is near. Yeah. So it's gonna be like Isaiah 44 and like 16. You got it?
Yeah. Isaiah 51.
Yeah, that's it.
Isaiah chapter 51,
Right.
verse 1.
No, that ain't it. That's
56, a lot.
what you got?
Isaiah 56. 56 and 1.
No, it ain't the first verse.
I say, my righteousness is here.
That's it. What is it?
Isaiah 51:5.
Go ahead, read it.
It says, my righteousness is near. My salvation is gone forth.
That's it.
And mine arms shall judge the people.
Alright, one second. Let me make sure that's it. Yeah. You gotta start up. What is it?
Verse 4, where it says, hearken unto me. Now this is it.
Yeah. Start at 51 and 40.
Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 4. Hearken unto me, my people, and give ear unto me, O my nation.
You're supposed to be listening right now. So-called black, aka Negro, so-called Latino, Native American Indians, you're supposed to be listening. To the Lord.
Pero what is that? Yung maganda
They're not doing the Bible. They think we just dumb. Like we just read the Bible and that's it. That's what people think, man. You niggas are simple. Oh, you simple ones, man. They really think we just read the Bible. So what y'all do? They always be like, what do y'all do? So just because I'm out here teaching the Bible, you think I go lay under a damn rock or something? I was just being stupid.
It's Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 4. Hearken unto me, my people, and give ear unto me, O my nation, for a law shall proceed from me. And I will make my judgment to rest for a light of the people.
There go that light again, man. We're going to make his judgment to rest for the light for the people. You know what I'm saying? So his judgment, read that part one more time, brother.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This is Isaiah chapter 51 verse 4. Hearken unto me, my people, and give ear unto me, O my nation, for a law shall proceed from me, and I will make my judgment to rest for a light of the people.
Whose judgment?
I will make my judgment to rest.
Whose judgment?
My
There
judgment.
you go, man. Not the so-called white man's law. Not the so-called white man's judgment. You know what I'm saying? The way you are to do things according to glory. You're going to make it rest as a light, man. Because once you start doing things the way the Lord say do it, everything's going to stop being dark. You're going to start seeing things clearly. And then that's why I say knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because once you start doing how the Lord say do something, handle certain situations, he said he's going to put a light on it. And with light, there's understanding. Like when you're in a room and you bumping, you trying to search. You can't understand. You try to feel it. Start. Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? You can't understand it. It's dark. So with that light brings understanding. But first and foremost, to get to that understanding, you got to do what the Lord tell you to do, man. You see? Wise knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You got it?
Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 5, it says, my righteousness is near. My salvation is gone forth.
How's that salvation? Do those shit, man. 1 Thessalonians 4:17. You got it? Keep going. You got it. You got it. Bold, actually. You got it, buddy.
My righteousness is near. My salvation is gone forth.
Which is only for the Israelites. They want to ask this Western. See? The whole point of the matter is, people ask us, well, what's the plan for redemption? You don't really want to hear that. You could have took them straight to it, now it would have been a fight. You really want to hear Isaiah 14? You really want to hear Isaiah 60? You really want to hear Ezekiel 36? Ain't no damn redemption for these people, man. Okay. And then another thing, we talk about some redemption for everybody. We're in the 23rd chapter, which is a part of the law, which the house I said in Matthew 5 and 17 ain't gonna be done away with. They tell you in the 23rd chapter, or the 22nd chapter of Deuteronomy, Moab and Ammon never coming into the conversation forever. So how's it a plan of redemption for everybody? See? And then you gonna agree it's on the Israelite names on the 12 gates. These people stupid, bro. You got call that First Thessalonians 5, 1 Thessalonians 4:17. You got it. Brother got it. One got it.
So 1 Thessalonians. This is Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 5. My righteousness is near.
It is near. Keep going.
My salvation is gone forth.
See, you already sent the ships out. That's why they watching. You know what I'm saying? They only beaming up the elect on top of that, which is what we're going to get in the next with the brother Warholder. Go ahead.
And mine arms shall judge the people.
That's the arms is talking about that. Yahweh and the angels and the elect, man. The elect men, that army. You know what I'm saying? That array, man. Beautiful, man. It's going the brother right. It's going to turn to a physical army. Get that. Jeremiah 16 and 16.
There we go.
Jeremiah 16 and 16. And get Matthew 4. I think that's Matthew 4. He said, follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. That's it? You finish that? You said Matthew 4 and 1? No.
Jeremiah 17.
The isles shall wait upon me, and on mine arms shall they trust.
See? So we trusting on the angels. We trusting on Yahweh. We, you know what I'm saying? Period. You know? And we can only hope that each brother gonna do the right thing. Because they say curses the man that maketh man his arm. You know what I'm saying? Make his flesh his arm. Lock it. So it's trusting in the spirit. Because it ain't the physical brother you trusting in. You trusting in who the brother is in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because this flesh wicked, man. You know? That's why you gotta stay in the spirit. Shit. You know what I'm saying? You would turn on your brother messing with this flesh. You know? Leave your brother out to dry hand and get killed. That's with this flesh. You gotta live in the spirit. That was it on that? That's it. That's it. I'm looking at for it right now.
This is 1 Thessalonians 4 and 17. It says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet Yahweh Shai in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord.
Alright, one more time on that, brother.
1 Thessalonians 4 and 17. Then we which are alive
Why I say we which are alive? Because the time is coming where so many people about to be killed, famine, starvation. You're not gonna be able to go to Costco, Sam's Club. You're not gonna be able to go to Walmart. You're not gonna be able to go to some other grocery store. Food for less, Target, wherever you shop at. You're gonna die, man. You're gonna die by hunger. You're not gonna be able to get around to go get the food, Uber and Lyft and set the clothes down. You know what I'm saying? You might not have a car. You Uber and Lyft to go get your groceries. I used to do it. If Uber and Lyft shuts down, you know what I'm saying? So it's clear, like the title says. It's clear, the end is clear and it's here. You know what I'm saying? We in the process of it right now, man. So they said all they that remain alive. Because so many people about to die, man. So many Israelites are gonna die, so many so-called black, aka Negroes, and True Latinos, and Native American Indian babies, man. They're gonna be dead, man. Because the woman, she has to be able to, she has to eat so she can keep producing the breast milk. You see? That's why the scripture saying in Matthew 24, woe to them that get sucked in those days, man. It's the worst time to try to have a baby, man. You can't even go to the hospital because they might inject you with the damn coronavirus vaccine. First you were scared about catching the coronavirus. Now you're scared about getting the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? The mandatory vaccine. You got it, man.
Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet Yahweh by in the clouds.
See?
To meet Yahweh by in the air.
Woo! Man.
And so shall we ever be with the Lord.
That's like that part on Avengers, what was that, Endgame? When Spider-Man was beamed up, and then he got the new body, you know what I'm saying? So he can survive and be out, so he can be with his brethren. And we know that's our brethren according to Revelation in 19:10. You know what I'm saying? We just like the angels, we just at the Lord's state. We the fallen angels, man.
That's also like some very few, like the last ones that's gonna make it, you know what I'm saying? Very so scarcely.
Yeah.
That's like he almost missed it. You know what I'm saying? He had just made it. Just made the cut.
Yep.
Just made the cut.
He almost lost his last breath. That's how that's, and it tell you that, man. If that's 1 Peter 4:17. If the righteous shall be scarcely saved, in fact, let's get it real quick. 1 Peter 4:17. If you miss it, mention it. Go ahead.
1 Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God.
So we out here to prophesy the downfall of America, man. We know it's coming, man. We see it. This thing is not going in reverse. This thing is going forward. Forward to what? Destruction, man. You know what America is responsible for? The shedding of your blood, your ancestors, man. The stolen so-called Native American Indians, black people's relatives, man. And you walk around like everything okay, and it's not, man. The Lord don't deal with that, man. That's why you're gonna die a horrible death. That's why I say in 1 Thessalonians 4:17, and they which will remain alive, man. You know, because no way, a lot of people's ways and thinking is gonna get them killed. You're gonna keep thinking you can trust the soul. That's why the scripture say in Isaiah 31:11, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, man. You can't trust the damn devil, man. They tell you in Iraq, they say, counsel not with a man that is envious of you, man. How you gonna counsel with somebody that's envious of you, man? How? You know? It's impossible. See if I can get that real quick. Yeah, keep going. That's the point. But yeah.
1 Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?
Yes. The scarcity part.
And if the righteous scarcely be saved,
see that?
where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
There's gonna be so many people dead, man. The way Mars speak, man. That's why you gotta stay in order, man. You gotta do these things. The scriptures say we walk in the peril of our overthrow. a little slip, a false move by a man of the Lord can get him quick. That's how serious this is, man. You know? Well, you gotta slow down and tread carefully, man. It's the valley of the shadow of death, man. According to Psalms 27, 25, you know, 25, 25th, and 27th chapter. But what's that next scripture we have?
17 and 17.
Bring out that matter of fact, hold that. Let's get this one quick. Because we're basically going into how these people gonna be dead. No. Matter of fact, if the brother wanna since we're talking about, you know, since we're talking about it, let's go into it a little bit, you know, because it's not no, see it, like the last week, these people came out here to hear this damn peace doctrine, man. You can't get to the peace without getting through the destruction, man. Let's get that, Isaiah 48:10, you know what I'm saying? How are we going to talk about peace when we got this in front of you? Search that scripture. It says, the evil to thereof is sufficient, you know what I'm saying? Take no thought for tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Take no thought for tomorrow. Whatever you got that, bro. Isaiah 48:10.
Isaiah 48:10.
Right.
Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
Acts 14 and 27 or 27 and 14. Much tribulation is locked. One more time, brother.
This is Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver.
See that?
I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
See? So the Lord, the only way you coming out of this thing being chosen for what? To be saved, to receive that peace. It's going about getting put through that fire first, man. That fire ain't even hit yet, man. It's just now it's being shut out, man. Man, you ain't seen nothing, man. You really think, you not know how this country was gotten and how this place was set up? They will not show you that, man. Imagine if they recorded that. Imagine if iPhone cameras was out there when America was being taken. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Man, this devil, the thing that has been is that what shall be. It say, at last for that day is great, that none is like it. So it's gonna be worse than how he took America. It's gonna be worse than how he took the so-called black Negroes from them coast of Africa, man, the west coast of Africa, man. It's gonna be 1,000 times worse than that, man. That's why scripture say, woe unto you, woe to them that dwell in the earth. The devil has come down unto you having great wrath, knowing you have for a short time. He's finna go crazy. So they realize when they losing their kingdom. So-called white people going to slavery, according to the Bible, man. We put our people in slavery, according to slavery. Right? Alcohol, high, 242, according to the Bible. The Old Testament is not done away with, man. Learn the Bible. We're going into slavery. That's a promise, according to God, man. Whether you like it, can believe it, receive it or not. Ain't no peace yet. You gotta go through hell to get peace first, man. And it's hell on earth. Hell is not a place. Hell is on earth. Just like heaven will be on earth. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You see? Come on, man. Man, come on, man. Oh yeah, this is Iraq. Anyway, this is Iraq. So the scripture saying in Isaiah 31, woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help. When they close the food stamp office down, that's woe unto you. You destroyed now. You see? Because you ain't turned to the Lord. The Lord, he controls people's minds. If you tell the so-called white man, you'll close those offices, don't bring out any more food stamps. You finished, man. Them niggas gonna die. All of them. Every last one of them, man. Ain't no women thinking about y'all, bro. And a lot of these women gonna die too. You know, unless you get with a man of the Lord, you gonna die, man. All these niggas walking around, they gonna die. And it's that simple. That's why I said if the righteous be scarcely saved, man, the righteous, you ain't these people. It said, what shall the sinner appear? It's impossible. What's getting ready to come? They think, man, come on, look how the so-called white man having his way with Jake right now. He can openly, on camera, in broad daylight, shoot niggas in their back. Multiple, bro, where do this happen at? The man get in his car, you shoot him in his back 7 times, like it's nothing. He about to have his way when that habeas corpus come out, that's it, man. Look up habeas corpus, man. You people don't have any citizen rights, but you don't know anything about habeas corpus. Nothing. They have no clue about this. Not one. Habeas corpus. You're all right, no problem. Once state of emergency hit, martial law hit, there go habeas corpus. And they want to start cracking people's head open just because they bloodthirsty. I was watching a video earlier about I think it might have been one of you brothers saying, I don't know. But the nigga ran, he charged, matter of fact it was what you said. The video when he ran at the damn
It was like 50 police officers and 50 regular citizens.
You see that little punk ass dude that was like hyped to go be the first one to take off, like he tough. But you ain't gonna do that when dudes standing blowing up, they got fire coming out of their hands. He was so tough in that moment. That's the main part I noticed. Bro, no one else went far. It was only one dude that did that out of the whole squad.
It was all getting fucked up. All of them that was holding the shields was the first trying to hold like a defense line, the shields. And he sort of came in this. Right. Like it was like, I'm ready for this. I've been prepared. They have. I said, we see Esau running with large range.
But that ain't even the sword. They shoot beanbags right now. That's my point. If he charged, that's a bloodthirst. What could push him to do that? Bloodthirsty. I can't wait till he was some loser in high school and he want to kill people. For people he don't even know. You know what I'm saying? For no righteous reason, man. That's because he's a loser. That's the reason. Don't have a chance with those type of spirits out here. Those spirits created for victims like those. I just say that stereotype or whatever is exactly what most police are. He's a loser in high school. They have his way there, you know what I'm saying? All them little beings.
He was that one kid that you got when you go shoot up the school. But now he want to do it lawfully. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you think the word 50? That's it.
And admit it to the team. That video was crazy, yo. Where was that at, man? This one. The one that you had shot. That was that Kenosha or whatever? I don't even remember where it was. I just seen it on YouTube and I was like, damn. I was like, got an attitude, you know what I'm saying? And then Jake hard-headed and shit, thinking that they could actually like stand the chance. You know what I'm talking about, man. Blow your fucking head off.
That's the same thing, like all Jake that was downtown, whatever, whatever. And then show him on the camera. All Jake that was downtown, they thought it was their catch up with him. They were showing how many people got arrested. They got arrested in the aftermath. They thought somebody robbed the Coleman Days downtown store or whatever. We got caught selling the merch online. On Facebook. Yeah. That's the old coach. They go put the job online. That's why they that's why they was losing. They flipping it. They trying to flip it. That's it. But once they got caught on Facebook.
Well, oopsie went in front of that.
His girlfriend got caught also do the same thing. His cousin too. I seen it. That's I'm getting a script on that.
That get charged.
When I seen that, I was done with the video. I was like, I can't watch this, but I just seen his spirit.
You know what they thought
Like,
that
you a
was?
lame, bro.
Hey, that's
You so
kickoff.
lame.
That's opening kickoff football game.
Man, he was so lame. Look,
I was like,
I'm like, this
You
nigga.
got to do like a half step
No plan,
to get into the truck.
that's kickoff.
This is Sirach 39 and 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. You know what I'm saying? And they tell you right in Proverbs, the Lord made all things for himself, even the dead wicked. You know, even the evil things for the evil day. We should not get that real quick.
That's one of the main questions that they be asking too. Why would the Lord create people to be wicked? To be devils?
Proverbs 16 and 4. It says, the Lord, Yahweh, have made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. You see, everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. All those people standing in the crowd, huddled up, man, they were whacking it. The dudes probably have bust heads by the end of that, man. You know? But let me go ahead and bring this on. We can get into that. This is Sirach.
The dim one is in the spot where the bright one is at when it first started. Then coming up to the right.
Yeah. This is Sirach 37 and I'm gonna start at I'm gonna start at 8. This is the point. Beware of a counselor and know before what need he hath. For he will counsel for himself, lest he cast the lot upon thee. It says, and say unto thee, thy way is good, and afterward he stand on the other side to see what shall befall thee. You know what I'm saying? So these niggas, they go, this is like when you like these people don't work for you, bro. They work for their company. Their job is to make these companies make money. You know, and their company might be to shark schemes. You know what I'm saying? Get you to commit, right? Run you the pits, which is it's a scheme of usury. Let's just use that as an example. And then after the pits, and then inside the pits, make it sound like they're on your side. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that's what they do. That's what a counselor is. When they be like, you go to a stage, be like, you work here, I just need some help. You see what I'm saying? You're trying to get counsel on the situation. But in people's minds, they really think those people for them. And that's what our people do with America and everybody that works for America. They just go to everybody thinking they're for their good. You know what I'm saying? And then they run the pitch to them, and the pitch is a witchcraft pitch to make it sound like they're for you. And then they stand to the side after they tell you to see if you're gonna commit. Damn, he just signed away his life. Yeah, so this sign here and here and here. Yeah, they shake your hand, and now it's the worst thing you ever made. Worst move you ever made. We were just talking about that. You know, certain things you can't. There's certain investments you want to be careful with. Certain commitments. It's like when you with a woman. You better really pick the right woman, man. You know what I'm saying? Because some things you can't turn back from. You buy something right now from the store, guess what? You get the coronavirus, you can't take it back. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna put the little Jake thing you talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's just petty like that. So it says, we keep going, it says, consult not with one that suspected thee, and hide thy counsel. This is Sirach. This is Sirach 37 and 10. Consult not with one that suspected thee. and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee. You know what I'm saying? So you can't go. How you gonna go? You see how the Lord set us up to just be destroyed? Because He said you got to go to your enemy in want of all things. But it's telling us right here. It says, consult not with one that suspected thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee. Neither consult with a man, with a woman of pretty much stop there. You don't want to counsel with everybody. Now, how you gonna counsel with somebody that's envious? He want to be you, he wants your body. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust this place. That's why I say in Isaiah 31, you got it? The wolves together. That's it.
Perfect movie to go with that. Get Out. He sat down with the counselor. You know what I'm saying?
They want to get
right. You know what I'm saying? And he sat down with her. That's when they got him.
Put him in the trash. He saw do that with his words. That's why it's so like his words are smooth as butter. Happened with the Black Panther movie. That's exactly what happened with the Black Panther movie. The trash. You know, it's going to about people.
Hold on, that was spiritual.
trusting these movies. Like they might not put demons on you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know, like we know when we sit down when we get into Esau's world. And we subject to this nigga, man.
Hold on, spiritual, super spiritual. Little man right over there, he just grabbed the Lord's garment.
I did
Grab him. He knew he had, like the way he did it was like also he a kid, but he could not do it. You know what I'm saying? It was like the fire alarm was right there in front of him. And he had to like grab it and bring it down. Yeah, he said. Yeah, he could do it, man.
Let him dead, man. The child just jumped, man. You people worse than kids. Kids smarter than most adults.
That's the way, right? Yeah, it was spiritual to see though. That was.
Yeah, let's go into that. Let me get this though real quick. And we'll probably bring that out. So how does that make sense? Why would the Lord set us up to be destroyed in such a way where he basically sound like he contradicting himself? You know what I'm saying? Listen, this is Jeremiah 44:27. It says, behold, I will watch over them for evil and not for good. You see? So he can have to make certain moves to where it ain't that he contradicted himself. He just got you moving a certain way to you ultimately define his word. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at it simply, it looks like the Lord contradicting himself. But you ain't going into it. You ain't thinking about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's how they be looking at everything. That's why he's surrendering to pick the book up.
How would he get it? So, like, dude, how would he think he'll kill me before I can find out? You know what I mean?
No, but that's how he was talking about how he does the book that, like, he said that I'll say them like the world. He talked about he was saying the world. But you got to understand, the world is the talk about. The world don't mean earth. That's why even in that 1 Corinthians 7:31, the fashion of this world, you know what I'm saying? It's very specific.
You gotta make it make sense. It don't contradict yourself. The Lord can watch over you for evil. He can make sure you contradict it. And it tell you that right in Romans 1 in like 26. He'll turn you over to do the things unconvenient, man. He'll turn you over to your own mind. But then his words don't contradict itself, man. And then regardless of that, you curse. So who are you to be like, whoa, you contradicting yourself if you're the person? You say you're gonna go to your enemy and warn of all things. But it's also written by one of his men. Don't counsel with such. See, that's how you know he's trying to do. That's how you can realize he's really trying to destroy me. That's why he read about I will watch over them for evil, man, and not for good. This is Jeremiah 44:27. And behold, I will watch over them for evil and not for good. And all the men of Judah that are in the land of Egypt, the spiritual, shall be consumed by the sword and by the famine until there be an end of them. Because ultimately, that's what you're going to get. Going down to the, trying to turn to the so-called white man. This dude about to go crazy, man. He gonna lose. And you gonna keep trusting in him? And then he's bro, they letting dudes off that's killing people in broad daylight for no reason. Even if we call him a nigga, my brothers be like, well, dude, alright.
My bad.
Even if we call him out, like, man, brothers be man, they niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? How dude had cases and all that. That still don't make Esau right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, his judgment was probably right. As far as the judgment that was put on Jacob Blake, but that don't make Esau right. We're not saying that. You know? So,
you know, something like, did y'all know that in the moment of doing so? Esau.
Y'all know his background before?
Nah, I'm talking about brothers in the truth.
Oh, you said a brother saying he was off on trying.
You know? We ain't justifying. Esau's never justified. But the Lord do say, in all other ways, the heathen is justified, man. You know what I'm saying? In their wickedness, though.
Their wickedness.
We're supposed to be the righteous. Right. Come on, man.
How's it going, guys?
What's up, man?
You guys come here every week?
Yeah, we good people, man.
All right, how's it going? God bless. Highways and heavens.
Yeah.
How did it turn out last week after we left? We had to get out
They
of here.
agreed to everything we said, but Israelites curse. So that's why this madness upon the so-called blacks, man. It's just madness. We try to read it, it's just madness. So read about that in the curse. That's how we know it is.
The blessings and the curses.
Blessings, which we don't get. Right, Deuteronomy 28.
Or Deuteronomy.
28 chapter, we didn't follow. He said we're going to get the blessings if we follow. We disobey, put his own into. This is another curse. That was the major curse. That was the main curse of Deuteronomy 28. I was going to go to Egypt again. Just flip over the back of the gallery. What do you see? See that pyramid? And you can actually look on PhiladelphiaFord.com. They explain the whole origin of why the founding fathers picked the symbols they picked. And they actually tell you about the symbols that they were supposed to pick, but they didn't make it. They didn't make the cut. It was supposed to be a turkey on the back of the dollar.
So how about the exile to Babylon? The exile to Babylon. So that was their first exile. First they were disobedient, and because of the disobedience, Babylon came in, and that's when you see little rusty with my Old Testament. But that's where you see Daniel taken away, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and that's when you saw the 70 week prophecy. And yeah, so that was the first exile. That's where they were exiled because of their disobedience, right? And what's that? Yeah. I'm just trying to. Yeah, right. Trying to think through. It's been a while.
Certain prophecies, like obviously you know, certain prophecies were said by men that existed during Babylon, during we was actually read about this. Actually, in Jeremiah 44.
Right. Jeremiah is one.
Yeah, he was telling the Judah not to go back into Egypt. But how we know that Deuteronomy 26 that's fulfilled in that when they actually went back because they didn't go back to Egypt and shit.
Hey. Why it specifically says something about shit?
Deuteronomy 26. Sorry, Deuteronomy 1. And then I got a point to show you. Because I was going to tell you, like how I said last week, the Bible in pieces. It's not in pieces.
No, it's one
To
narrative.
understand it, you have to, this is like doing something yesterday and realize what my son said that. So, Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel. Unto all Israel. That's the context of this Bible. they kept saying context, like, still context.
Yeah.
But these pieces you can pull out. You know what I'm saying? That's how the Bible is to understand it. Like, you know,
On his side was Jordan in the wilderness, and in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
this what we about to read is not a blessing. This is one of the first. This is Deuteronomy. So everything in this book is the words that was taken to all Israel, nobody else. So
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. It says, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships."
again, remember this is during the walk out of Egypt.
Right.
Getting set up on the
Before
place.
they've gotten in the promised land.
Right. So before you guys go in, I'm letting you know. This is the contract. Covenant is also a contract. Right? Same as the contract. These are the guidelines. You don't follow, this is it. This is the contract. So the Israelites breached it, and one of the breaches, penalties for breaching it, was going into slavery. Going into Egypt again, which means slavery in the Bible. By ships. When you go into these, just read for y'all come in. That's true. The only people that went back into Egypt is the tribe of Judah. That was said to all Israel. The tribe of Judah is one tribe. So them going back into, that would be one way to show this prophecy didn't pass at that time. It passed already. It passed in the transatlantic slave trade. That's it. Period. It's the biggest offense that anybody can think of. Period.
So, I don't know if you've ever heard of this. I just want to let you know the angle I'm coming from. I'm a reform, part of the reform, like belief of how the Bible works out. Have you ever heard of preterism? Preterism, there's what? Futurism and preterism. That would just be a way of interpreting. So, futurism takes the Bible's prophecies and looks to see that most of them are still fulfilled. Right. So, like when you read Matthew 24, you read those are things that are
Some of the things happen, some of them happen.
right. Okay, and how about the book of Revelation?
Some of them happen. Some of the things in Revelation happen. Like World War I and World War II.
Okay, so you're reading. Okay, so in my account, the way I understand the Bible, I'm a partial preterist, which means not all of the things have been fulfilled, but many of them have. So I don't read current events into the Bible. Like I believe a lot of the stuff that you see when you see prophecies being fulfilled were things that took place in the past. And I believe most of it was things that were taking place at, Jerusalem was destroyed in 70 AD. Wait, fled?
That may be true. It's not taking out. It's not taking away from the fact that other places they may not be true. You want to know other places they went? Back into Africa. And one of the places they went into Africa is the Western Africa. That's what I have a map by Emmanuel Bowen. And look what it says. actually got a more specific map. I got it before. Put some flashlight on the table. Yeah. It's a map by Emmanuel Bowen that was made in 1748. He was a famous photographer. Many different things. Specifically highlighted the west coast of Africa during this specific time. And when you look at this map, it shows the kingdom, it says legal, it's called the legal. West Africa is the kingdom of Judah at that time. According to Emmanuel Bowen. So that's where, after the king of Israelites, that's another place they came. It was according to history. You got all the history right.
I would identify like when it comes to like after 87, when it comes to like I don't like when you guys are still like following like a lot of the Second Temple imagery, like would you guys still consider that who would have been like say after 87 under the authority of Saddam and the Allies? Because for the most part the heads of the so-called Jews that left, what they subscribe to, like, subscribe to the Pharisees, who would they apologize at all? Because, like, this is all these
believers, they probably did. And this is reasons why the Israelites became cursed. Because what was the issue that Jesus had with the Pharisees? He told the disciples, yeah, look at this. Do what they say, how did they do? Because the things they were actually saying, they weren't doing. But the things they were saying were right. Now, if I was to follow a Pharisee, right, a lot of the stuff they were saying was wrong.
You know, the problem.
Matter of fact, I get a scripture to tell you.
The problem with the Pharisees, though, is they were supposed to be a light to the nation, and they failed to do that.
Right. That's a great point.
And even in the example of Judas, we recognize that he betrayed the Lord. He was sorrowful. And he went to the Pharisees, and they were hard-hearted. They weren't good shepherds. The good shepherd would have said to him, would have said to encourage them to lead him to faith. But they rejected him. And Jesus said, I am the good shepherd. Right? And they failed to do what they were supposed to do. That's why they fell into the judgment of the finally.
Yeah. You want to know the list? That's right. This is Isaiah 9:16. It says, for the leaders of this people, that's about the spirit. It says, for the leaders of this people, cause them and they that are led of them are destroyed. Therefore the Lord shall not. Therefore the Lord shall have no joy in them, and he shall have mercy on their fathers and widows. For everyone is a hypocrite, like I was saying with Jesus, like he said that to the Pharisees, and an evildoer, and every mouth is a folly. All this is anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. Now, it's stretched out still, which is why you see the so-called black being still shot and oppressed. He said you couldn't see that, so I don't expect you to agree. You may have that same, but thought.
I see it happening, but I don't believe it's systematic.
Either way, it's happening.
Yeah, but it's happening.
That's why it's happening.
So here's the thing, though. If somebody disobeys the direct order of a police officer and continues to act out, that's not like, oh, he was just being a nice guy. He wasn't obeying. You know what I mean? The reason why a person who doesn't get shot, which happens all the time, is because they say, okay, officer, you want the license, or taking, I'll obey. But if you resist arrest, resist arrest, resist arrest, and then you go, like that one guy did, and then you go into your car, I'm not saying they did the right thing. They could have handled that better. But it's not like they could have just said, hey, that's cool, if you don't want to listen, you go ahead and get in your car and drive away. You know what I mean? They did resisted arrest. You know, get what I'm saying? You can't say I'm being oppressed if you continue to do things. You know what I mean? That's not a systemic oppression right there.
Now that's fine, that's fair to say. But is that in every case? Has that been in every case where someone was resisting arrest or had probable cause for why they were even pulled over in the first place? Is that in, can you say that's in every case? In every case,
well, no, and you can have your affection.
But man, we're talking about that, yo. Is that in every case?
No.
Yeah, that's all we're saying.
Yeah.
So that's why that's happening. Ultimately, if you want to argue it's systematic or not, doesn't matter. First, we simply understand the so-called blacks, aka Negroes, according to maps made by the so-called white man themselves, designs made by the so-called white man themselves, right? The so-called Negroes are the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. Specifically, the Negroes are the tribe of Judah, according to the Bible.
Let me get educated real quick.
Several people were.
Where you land? You a Christian or you in?
Have you ever heard of the Bible dictionary? This is by so-called white scholars. Go to him. So let's establish something first. So-called black people are not Africans, and we never were. We're Semitic. So I can't be anti-Semitic because I am a Semitic. Right? And the word Sem is in the New Testament. One time. But the word is literally Sem. I can't be, no one up here can be anti-Semites because from what it appears, everyone up here is a Semite. The so-called white man comes from a Semitic person. The so-called black man comes from a Semitic person. Jacob. Fact. Go ahead. We're not African. Let's do that first. So this is hell. So Donovan Bishop.
Bible people. This is a statement like that in Ham. It says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
Can you believe that?
What part? Like
How that works.
okay. Was he the one who exposed their nakedness? Is Ham the one who was cursed? It goes Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races. Not the Negroes. Not the Negroes. But the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
And we got enough, so the Negroes are not African. Okay. We're Semitic. I can't be anti-Semitic. Now, what Semite do I come from? That's the next thing. So I'm not African, right? Because you have Hamites, Japhites, and you have Semites. John 4:22. This is why it matters according to the Bible.
Well, look at all the Pauline letters.
According to the Bible, we show you. It says, according to whose letters?
All the Pauline letters. Look at the gospel. You do the gospel. The Gentiles, the gospel.
So what are you guys explaining here?
This is John chapter 4 and verse 23. But the hour cometh.
We're the biblical Israelites. In America, comes destroyed by fire. And we're out here teaching the truth. So if you don't know who you are according to the Bible, that's it. We know.
This is John chapter 4 and verse 23. The hour cometh and now is when the true worshipers, when the true worshipers,
So the end is here. It's clear. Everything sees that. Keep going. And has eyes. He that has eyes, he that has ears.
shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
That's why I matter. Right. The Israelites have Jeremiah 17:2. This is why I matter. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you according to the Bible, then we get Paul. Because Paul is saying the same thing.
Read Ephesians chapter 2.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself,
Who is the thou? The Israelites. Read it again.
and thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine inheritance that I gave thee.
Okay? I get Isaiah 1 and 3.
What is that worldview? Like, what is
America's going to be destroyed.
what's your worldview? What's your personal worldview? Like, are you spirituality? Are you Christian? Are you Marxist?
We're the Israelites. We're the biblical Israelites. And what we're out here telling people right now, Black Lives Matter is destroyed the biblical Israelites. And if you have any part of you believe in God,
Yes, sir.
if you have any part in that, gonna have to, because the Israelites are still exist. The Israelites still exist. You tell you in the
I
Bible.
was just wondering what world you stood behind.
Our world is the world of Jacob. That's the world that the Father has set up to after this world ends. His world doesn't live earth. That's why no one understands why he built this thing. Exactly. The cosmos, these things, the organization. You see? So he never loved the whole earth and it happened.
I know what you're saying. I was wondering what your world view was.
The Bible. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. And according to Acts, what is that, 11 and 27, it says Paul, which is an Israelite, get that. Paul, go ahead.
Romans 9:1. I say the truth in Christ. I lie not.
Sorry, you guys?
My conscience is also
My
bearing
son and his
witness.
buddies, they were trying to talk.
He says Pauline letters.
Are you guys?
Also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites. Who are Israelites?
Paul is concerned with the Israelites. Keep going.
To whom pertaineth the adoption,
So who pertains? What is the word pertain? Keep going.
to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and the promises.
See? So we had a good. I say this. Hey, we here. Yeah, bring everybody over here. Bring everybody. Yeah, the police just come with you. But anyway, this is Romans 11 and 1. I say this. Have God cast away his
Kind of questioning what
God forbid, for I am also an Israelite, the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Israel. God hath not cast away his people, which he foreknew. What the scripture says about Elias, how he maketh intercession to God against Israel. The whole Bible is only the whole promises. So you came on here last week and asked, when you read the Bible, every single person on as far as who wrote a book, they are all Israelite living. So the Bible, one thing, from Israelites. To who? To Israelites. For Israelites. The plan of redemption, hold on, let me finish. The plan of redemption is for the Israelites to wake back up, but be elect. That's why it sounds like it's a contradiction when it says, for God so loved the world, he sent his only begotten son, in John 3 and 16, but then you read John 1 and 1, it says, but the word came into the world, and his own received him not. But that wasn't the case for everybody. So that means it's specific elect. How do we know that? John 17 and 9 tells you, I pray for them, not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me. That's why you won't see all black people, all so-called Latinos, also called Native Americans receive that. They will be destroyed due to the nuclear fire that God has put on these nations to bring to fruition in the destruction of America for what it has done and perpetuated on the whole planet Earth. It has everybody confused. It has you not knowing who you are. It had me not knowing who I was. You are a biblical Edomite. That's just the truth. Period. The Jews that are claiming to be Jews are bastards according to what's that? Zephaniah 9 and 6 or 9 and 3. They are not the Israelites, man. They're the Edomites. Specifically the tribe of Amalek, against whom God said he will have war with from generation to generation until the remembrance of Amalek is erased under heaven, man. And how do we know that hasn't happened yet? Because I'm still mentioning Amalek. Go ahead.
Real quick, I got a question. What are you trying to like? I was wondering what you're explaining.
Well, I'm just gonna be reading I'll be reading a little bit of Ephesians. I'll say.
What are you trying to do?
So basically, I'm just trying to talk in kind of like the meaning of the gospel displayed in the New Testament, of how God, the gospel is shown to be drafted into the Gentiles, how the Gentiles are drafted into God's people. Yeah, correct. And then I'm going to be showing, I will also be today's Acts 20 something. Yeah, we're going to figure it out. But yeah, when Paul rebukes Peter for dining only with the Jews, etc. And then, so I was just going to read to you a little bit, and I want you to listen to it. So I'll read it, and then, I'll read two of them. So, Ephesians 2, verse 11 to 15. Do not forget the Jews, Gentiles, this is the outside. You were called uncircumcised heathens by the Jews, who were proud of their circumcision, even though it affected only their bodies and not their hearts. In those days, right? In past tense, right? This is past tense. In those days, you were living apart from Christ. You were executed from citizenship among the people of Israel. You were. You did not know the covenant promises God had made for them. You lived in this world without God and without hope. But now you have been united with Christ Jesus. Once you were far away from God, but now you have been brought near to him through the blood of Christ. What translation? This is the ESV. Yeah, what do you guys do? That's another reason why you have to understand. Okay, so first one is
first and foremost, all translations are your formal books. They have been performed from the 1611. Every single translation. Every single translation. So that's how we got to know the Old Testament. That's how we got to know the New Testament, including the Apocrypha. And that was all authorized. You believe what was so called what was King James? Because I just want to show you how all that is important in understanding the Bible and why you don't know what's going on. King James. What was his nationality? Who was the original people there? Huh? You know that? You know that history? Can I ask the question again? The sons of Isaac, right? So right here I have some documentation. And this is how I'm going to answer this question, then I'll add some scriptures, right? So right here you have, can I get some light? You ever heard of Russian icons? Because I can go there. Who is this right here? Because you ever heard of the term iconoclasm? Yes. Okay, when did the iconoclasm happen? How did that work? What is the Renaissance? The Renaissance What is Renaissance mean? So Renaissance actually was all it means rebirth. It is that simple. That's all Renaissance means. Renaissance is the rebirth of Europe after the so-called blacks fell from power. That's where you get the whole war. Look, I'll show you. Look, yes, it's back about scripture. He can't take it. You see? It's the truth. Get Maccabees 3 and 48. I'll show you. We'll get the scripture first. I'm going to show you out the Bible before I even bring this history.
I got that, but when you content, you going over them now, you want to I get the questions everything.
I asked him a question. This man's been trying to answer it. Did you not just finish? He just finished. I get reading the Bible. I respect you. We out here, don't worry about it. I'm getting emotional. We just up here to come emotional.
I'm passionate about my stuff. This is what I believe. This is what I believe. I'm going after you. Why can't I do this?
First Maccabees 3 and 48. Listen to
this. This is First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48.
According to the Bible.
And lay open the book of the law.
That is not part of the Bible. That is part of the Catholic Bible. Maccabees is part of the Apocrypha. You're using King James version.
No, this is the original. This is the original Bible. This is the original complete Bible. We're going to argue about it. But I'm going to open it and I'm going to show you in the middle. It was in there. So,
yes, that was entered in.
It wasn't. This is how the King James Bible came out.
Correct.
It wasn't why I don't use King James version. That's why you have to categorize.
No, they have not. They have not.
If you read that's what they just tell you. If they okay, okay, notice I'm gonna show you the apocryphal.
People say nothing about it. Okay, I'm like, the majority of us are pretty reformed.
He doesn't.
And like, I'm a part of the predator. Most of the stuff he's probably referring to that was talking about the destruction of fire from heaven. I believe that took place in That's not even a future. That's mine.
I respect everything until you don't want to talk.
So the whole point of that is
Well, I think
Which you're not saying you.
what we're trying to get to, because we were here last week, me and my son, and we were trying to get out of here what the whole, like what message are you bringing? Yeah, right. Is it just a message of condemnation, like you guys aren't Israelites, so you're going to get judged? Or is there a message?
Which is kind of how we went about it. And that's, but that's what his
so-called Jesus
he had his own version. A lot of it, right? But that's what I want to saying that if you're not an Israelite, then you're screwed. Yeah. Right. That's essentially saying as Christians that if you believe in the Jesus Christ,
you confess our sins. Yeah, right.
I don't like that part.
And everybody.
I like following the Bible, Abraham and Jacob. I like following that. I would call myself my worldview would be a form of Christian. Not, you're a Christian, you have many different.
I'm reading the Bible.
Follower of Christ, whatever you want to say.
You're not a part of those Gentiles. Listen, you're going to get your chance.
So what was it about passing about stuff? We know this stuff pretty well. I would get this stuff all day long just for knowing what he's talking about. They do, but that's why
I'm going to answer all your questions. Job
chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
That's the say that.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it?
So the earth has been given to the hand of the wicked. 9 and 24.
research all this stuff as a story. They are very well written. They are very good stories. Are they part of the written word and breathed through?
Yeah, right. Spiritually inspired.
Correct. No.
You're talking about Maccabees and stuff?
I'm talking about Maccabees.
They're like historical, right? The 7 books that were in the Catholic I think were historical.
They're historical, but Jane and the Dragon, have you read that?
No.
It is literally about the dragon. Not a mystical dragon, which is something.
And it's in the Apocrypha.
The more you look into the Apocrypha, the more people like it. It is very interesting that a lot of people will say it takes a lot of time to research all these things. Again, just I wouldn't say that. It's even race in the equation. I do not like it.
Right.
I do not like it. It's ethnic talk over talk about the Bible. Yes. The Israelites are the Jewish people. They do have standing in God. I think they are.
That's how you buy oil. You can't buy oil without using a dollar. That's the deal that was set up. This is why y'all don't that's what it says.
Okay, so it says,
Right.
Why do you think this is next time the world is ready to come when the Messiah comes back? You think the world will be ready to come back?
And to believe in him and then go with that. Thank you.
That's where we were hoping. That's where we were hoping to steer the conversation. God bless you guys. Okay, we'll see you.
I'm just not curious because you're making you're not only sticking to the scripture, you're interpreting the scripture.
This is that's in the Bible. Nehemiah 8. Nehemiah 8. Go ahead. Nehemiah 8 chapter. Go ahead. This is how the Israelites read. You're not an Israelite. So this is why you're not getting it. You do.
Praise God.
Who is the Israelites? Who is the Israelites today?
What?
Who is the Israelites today?
And what about
Who are they?
One person.
Who are
the
they?
Bible says I can make the stone to tell them
See? That's why you're going to pay, man. Because you have a problem with God's people, man. Yes, you do. The Israelites are God's people. Have God cast away his people? Have God cast away his people? According to the Pauline Records. Have God cast away his people? Have God cast away his people? There's no truth.
I'm not sure what you mean by that. No, I'm serious. What do you mean by that?
I just asked a simple question.
No, yeah.
Have God
I'm not
cast
trying
away
to
his people according to the New Testament? According to Paul. Have he cast away his people? Are they no more? Have he cast away his people who he foreknew? Yes or no? Thank you. They're not cast away.
No, yeah.
But you couldn't say that.
I was confused by the word.
Yeah,
This is Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
What did Paul say? He said that God cast away his people. We out here for the people that matter, man. The people that matters in God's eyes are the Israelites.
And how do they get reconciled? How do they get reconciled to God? Once your message is home, are you going to heaven when you die? Is there reconciliation?
Bro, open your eyes.
Same thing. Hold on. That's how I'm answering it. According to the Bible, there's no place called hell. Hell is on earth. It's a condition, and it's in the Hebrew, the word for it is sha'al, which means grave. Hold on. And I didn't even, what am I saying wrong? In the Greek, the word is hate, which means grave. Now, with that being said, heaven is going to be on earth as well too. Right. I agree with you. It's not going to be in the sky. People have this misconception. The kingdom of heaven is going to
John 4:22. It says, "We worship, you know not what."
plan of the redemption, right? One more time. You know all this cool?
John 4:22. We worship, you know not what. We know what we worship. For salvation is of the Jews. Is of the Jews.
Salvation is coming from the Israelites, man. Who is who? Right. Right. What tribe does he come from? Hebrews 7:14. Thank you. You're not so quiet. We're gonna read it. Because you said if you speak not according to the word. I'm not saying it. I'm following what he's saying. Go ahead. 7:14.
Hebrews 7:14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
That's where salvation is coming from. Right? They don't have nothing to do with actual priesthood. That's actually going into telling you how Jesus is actually the priest. He's the priest over Israel. Right? But salvation is coming out of the Jews because the glory comes from the tribe of Judah. That's what it means. Where do you get the word Jew? Hold on, where do you get the word Jew from? From Judah. Period. I didn't know that. Go ahead. The word Jew comes from Judah. So that's why I said for salvation, you worship what you know not. Salvation on the Judah.
I agree with that.
Now get Galatians. Now get Galatians. Let me see if you don't see it. Get Galatians 4. We stand in the New Testament. You got that Revelation 21:10? Hold on. We're going to answer that question, right? I don't listen. I don't have nothing to say. Y'all ask for questions. I'm going to read all the scriptures. That's all I'm trying to do. 21:10.
Revelation 21:10.
Explain it.
And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city.
Now, John was an Israelite as well. So he's been dealt with by the angels and they're showing him business. Okay?
The holy Jerusalem.
The what?
The holy Jerusalem.
Okay.
Descending out of heaven from God, having the glory of God.
Yeah.
And her light was like unto a stone of most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates.
How many?
12 gates. And at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
That's the all deal.
Okay, so what was
Now
that?
the whole thing, hold on, man. The whole thing, all Israelites is not going to be saved, man. Only the elect. We're Lord willing, we're of the elect. You guys going to get your chance to worship the Lord. It tells you that in the Bible. Isaiah 6.
So hey, hold on.
Get Isaiah 6.
I saw the New Jerusalem. What is that? Is that a physical something coming down from heaven?
The Jerusalem of people going to the place first. It's a people first going to the place first. What does that mean?
So what he's talking about is
What
he's
is
talking about a
answer?
context where they're just destroying an old city. The entire city was destroyed. I saw it.
That's why I'm asking you this. That's not what it means. That's a great question.
Sure about it?
That's a great question.
Are you sure about it?
What is that? The Holy Jerusalem? Now my question to you is Jerusalem a people first or is it a place? It's a people.
Okay, I agree with you, but only because I know what the New
Since you
Jerusalem
asking that, I'm gonna show you. So that
What is it?
Okay, so before I answer that, is it clear that the Israelites have not been cast away with, and the kingdom is going to be for the Israelites? And everyone is clearly going to be able to know, because if you want to read the rest of this, no one else has a gate. So I'm gonna give you what God. If you want to worship God,
Are the gates
listen,
open
bro.
or closed?
The man told me last week this is a race thing. The Bible is nothing about it's about nothing else but race, man. That's the part of God's truth. That's why you have Genesis. It means the beginning of everything. It's genealogy.
So what do you mean that we'll get our chance to worship God?
Isaiah 16, you got it? So read that. This is in the Bible. Watch this.
This is Isaiah chapter 61 to verse 3. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion.
Oh my goodness. Hey, listen to this. Read the top of the top.
This is Isaiah chapter 61, verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto
Now you're going to hear your part. Go ahead.
to give unto them beauty, to give unto them beauty,
All of them that born in Zion. You just read it from the top. Go ahead.
to appoint unto them that mourn, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes.
Okay, so what's he talking about?
You're going to hear your part. It's going to be clear. Keep going. Go ahead.
The oil of joy for mourning,
All for Zion. Keep going.
the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified.
That's why you're not. That's the part of reconciliation. Keep going.
And they shall build the old waste, they shall rise up for former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolation of many generations.
I have some in this history book that's called Kabet Hayat. And Israel is still in this condition. It's a waste, whole waste. So let them hear their part. So I get that.
Verse 5. The strangers shall stand and feed your flocks.
They shall do what?
They shall stand and feed your flocks. And the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen, and your vine dressers.
You guys are reading a narrative of the Bible. You're reading a narrative. You have an idea, and you're trying to
No, I'm not. Now let's go to Isaiah 14 and 1. Let's see the end all be all. The end all be all. The end all be all. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1.
Y'all keep asking for it. This is a hard book, man. It's good and it's bad, man. But it's all good. Okay? Because it's better. Go ahead, man. This is the end all be all. This is your destiny. This is our destiny. This is the world's destiny right here.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
On who?
On Jacob.
Keep going.
And will yet choose Israel. choose Israel and set them in their own land. And set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Like I'm doing now. Come on.
And the people shall take them.
You gonna do what?
And the people shall take them and bring them to their places.
To their places, to our places. You coming with us to Israel, man. This is how you brought us on slave ships. Even if you didn't specifically do it, the Lord does his nation. Keep going.
And the house of Israel shall possess.
To do what?
Possess them.
Read that house of Israel part.
And the house of Israel shall.
I do. Keep going. If this won't, I can because I'm just flesh. If this won't, go ahead. And the house started there again.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors.
See that? We're going to take y'all captives. These captives. Reading this, look, Negro mark, man. And that's how we know we're not Hamites, because it said that the Negroes don't help with that. You see? Go ahead. But the whole point, I'm just letting you hear what your destiny is, man. You're going to serve in the kingdom of heaven as a servant. The Lord does not change. Don't you know that? This is Micah 3:6. Get that. And Jesus, who people call stupidly, does not change. You're going to serve us in the kingdom of heaven if you believe it or not. Go ahead. We are. But we're going to be priests.
I appreciate you.
61 and 64.
I really do appreciate you saying what you believe and stuff. But I want to ask you a question, okay? It might seem a little off topic, but what's your name? Let me ask you this. Do you think you're a good person?
I'm doing according to the best of my ability.
But do you think you're a good person?
No man is good.
Okay, so you wouldn't consider yourself.
I don't even know what's happening.
No, but do you think you're a good person?
Am I reading the scripture to you?
But I got the film after.
Am I reading the scripture to you? I'm going to let you answer.
Because I want to ask you something. Because I'm going to ask you.
No 12, there's no other dates for 12. But all the 12
Are they open?
We're going to take Israel, even if we're not Israel, right? This is how I stand for truth. The Israelites, whoever they are, they're going to take everybody else and they're going to bring them to their place according to God. And the kingdom of heaven is only for them. Period. But all the other nations, they're going to learn to worship the Israelites through the Israelites. Bring that up. Isaiah 64. It says it right here. This is a prophecy by Isaiah.
How do you know? They've been fulfilled.
You don't understand.
How do you know?
It's been fulfilled. How Israel is still desolate and they have a gay parade in Tel Aviv. Where's Tel Aviv at? Israel.
Israel has been divorced from God.
Did you not hear Romans?
The book of Revelation.
Romans 11.
The book of Revelation, in short, is the divorce from God's first bride, the Israelites.
So what's the reconciliation then?
And
what is how can you be reconciled with something you never been with?
we shouldn't even talk.
No, but I'm asking
You don't listen.
I don't have to because I'm here to teach. I'm not here to teach.
You're not here to listen.
I'm here to teach.
You're teaching the wrong stuff.
I'm not.
You have a narrative. You're reading into the Bible, and you're telling
I'm not here to
people
listen. You're an Edomite, and you're going to learn that when God comes back on those spaceships. That's what you're going to learn.
He is not coming back in space.
So, you sure? What is the space export force? So you're going to learn, man. You need to read Revelation 8, and you need to read verse 11, where it says Michael and the angels shall have war with the devil and his city. 8 and 11. So they're going to have war in heaven. What is heaven? What does heaven mean in Greek? What is the Greek word for heaven?
I don't know. Help me out.
It's Arno, so it means sky.
Okay.
So they're going to have dog fighters in the sky fighting with the angels, man.
Okay, so you're listening. Just to the fact.
I'm telling y'all, finish. You're going
We
to
have all fallen short of the glory of God.
You're not an Israelite.
And we are all
How do you know you are though?
I am because I feel the curses. And I don't know who I am.
You talk to this? So you were in slavery?
Yes, I'm in slavery. I
Yeah.
feel the curses.
In what way?
Have I left the...
In what way?
Are these my people? Let me ask you this. Are these my people, Negro Mark?
How do you know?
So I'm not a
How do you know?
Negro?
How do you know you're related to them anyway?
Because my grandma was a slave.
Oh, really?
And my last name is on the for sale sign.
So you know,
my last name is on a for sale sign from a slave owner that was buying Negroes. His last, I'm not even going to tell you my last name. I know. That's fine. What my name
I
is.
apologize, by the way. I don't mean to get off.
This is a serious thing, dude, so I'm not going to just be
Oh, yeah, no.
you know, I'm just here to read you guys the Bible and tell you the truth.
I'm just
Huh? Just call me serving the Lord. Just call me that. That's it. Uncle serving the Lord.
Are you trusting in Jesus Christ?
I don't trust in Jesus Christ. What is Jesus Christ going to teach? This is a depiction of a man named Caesar Ray Borgia. Look it up. That's what.
Okay,
that's
so
what
do you trust in the Savior that the Bible points to?
Yes, I do.
How do you, what do you trust in for?
You want to know something? I'll show you. Revelation 13:10. I mean, I am. I answer with the Bible. He that speaketh not according to his word, there's no word, there's no light on it.
I was trying to do that.
That's fine. Go ahead, take it. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's what I'm waiting for. Not only I'm waiting. It says this is the patience and the faith of the saints. Who are the saints according to the Bible? Who is the church? What is the church? What does the church mean in Greek? Right, and it's what?
Together.
Agree. You don't know, man. You got to look at the Bible. And listen, I'm having fun, man. It ain't nothing personal with y'all. You know, I'm not, if I may come off with y'all going to read, tell you in Isaiah 58 and 1, he told his prophets to lift up their voice like a trumpet. Paul said, for though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge, you know?
I'm with you. You know the Word of God a lot, but I don't think you understand the context.
How do you understand the Bible? How do you understand the Bible?
What do you mean, how do I?
How do you understand it? No. See, that was the power of the Pharisees. No, that's not how it works. The Spirit of God.
Well, the Spirit of God brings revelation. He brings understanding.
See that?
You guys know what the fuck?
See that? It's simply an Israelite. This is church. The only people that can have church are the Israelites. This is the blue letter Bible. God is amazing. Yeah. You gotta learn. You gotta research, man. I'm poor. I'm broke. My people are oppressed. Right. Who's first called?
Assembly of people.
Who's first called Christians, man?
I will tell you.
Yeah, it's fine, man. I like the time, like the word. The Israelites don't even like the word, man.
So be it as the assembly of people.
But you know what God gonna have an issue with you? Because you are trying to put out a message that he doesn't care about his people. That's nonsense.
So when did I say that?
He basically said it.
When?
He said, how do you word it? Because I want to get it right.
I believe that. Yeah, I would.
He said, not completely. He had the answer for you, not just ask you straight. That's why he was going to.
Oh, I was confused. I was confused in the question.
Maybe you would.
Why we wouldn't?
Maybe you would. I don't know.
I believe God. I mean, God said there's only some Jesus Christ came with
So it's the
life,
Israelites
God,
God's
cross,
people.
my sin. I think that's
It's the Israelites God's people now.
It's realize God.
Oh, yeah. Right. That's the last one he said. That's not according to
Well, you're reading into the scripture.
So, I did bring that up. That's what I'm going to show you that's not true according to another prophecy. 36.
This is Amos chapter 3 verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, all children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all families of the earth. There will I punish you for all your iniquities.
It says, behold, days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant. A new covenant, you know about it, right? It says, with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. The house of Israel and the house of Judah is said like that because it was a split between the Israelite nations. The southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. The northern kingdom is so-called Latinos, Native American Indians, and the southern kingdom is the so-called Negroes. It's that simple according to history. It says, this is verse 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers. See, that backs up Amos 3 and 1. Hold on. But that's irrelevant. Like I said, even if hold on.
You're reading into scripture. That's giving that you're at a higher elevated place.
Even if I wasn't an Israelite, this is what it says about the Israelites. I don't care.
So when you're preaching on place of pride,
No, I'm not. Because I'm not an Israelite, bro. I'm not an Israelite. So now what? Now it's an Israelite.
No, I'm just trying to say that the way you're preaching right now, you're preaching from the elders saying that we are the elders.
I'm not an Israelite no more. Okay, let's say I'm a stranger. Hold on. Let's say I'm a stranger. God said the new covenant gonna be with the house of Israel and the house of Judah. So let's say I'm not. That's fine. I'll stay over here, man. That's what the Bible says. That was your
That's about to reading.
Are you serious? I just want to pay the rent. Can I read it again, then? Let's see if I'm reading it. Jeremiah 31 and 31. But behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break. Although I was a husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall no more teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord. For they all shall know me from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. So obviously this prophecy has a past because I'm still teaching people, no God. No God.
Don't.
Finished, man. Y'all don't know what's going on. I really ain't have nothing to say. You okay, but you two, I don't know about. And then you ain't saying nothing, so it's all right.
Let him say something. He's got something.
Go ahead, man.
So I guess I feel like there are certain points that I would agree with you. But I mean you make certain statements and there's just something else that could be and there's no statements for example, I know you said that salvation comes from the Jew. I think all of us would agree that, the Lord uses in the life of people, he uses things like this. The Jewish Israelite people, he uses them as a tool to observation. Now I feel like there's a little there's a difference between what exactly how these things all being used. But I guess the questions that I really have to you. So what does salvation reference to when you discuss it to me? What would reconciliation possible for my side of
how can you be grieved meaning to do again? How can you do again something you've never done? Did you hear Amos 3 and 1? For only you have I known. Go to Amos 3 and 1 and read it. So you can't, no one else besides those that were under that covenant, they could fit that because it means grief. It means to do again, something that already has been done. You look up etymology, that's about it. You gotta deal with etymology. That's what the Bible says. So you didn't answer the question. Is that answered? But is that answered? Before we move on to another thing. You said, what you just reconciliation is not for a people that will never win something.
Let's take that on, man.
I just want to hear that question. That's what you asked first. Is the reconciliation for the stranger? So based on what you just that's the Bible says. It says reconcile, right? Reconciliation, right? To make you reconcile. Thank you. Now let's go on. That's the Bible says.
So if the Jews were never part of the church, if the Gentiles were never drafted into God's kingdom, never got part of God's people, they can't be reconciled. Then does that mean that the Gentiles never can be? Because for the person who knew and the Gentiles or non-Jews become part of it? Second question.
Proverbs 30 and 5. 30 and 5. Chapter 30, verse 5. It says, every word of God is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. Add thou not unto his word, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. Can you get the minute?
Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 32. Can you repeat that again? Deuteronomy
chapter 12, verse what?
32.
Verse 32. Good. Okay, fine. Go ahead.
It says, what things soever I command you, observe to do it. Thou shalt not add thereto, nor diminish from it.
Let's get the MRV on. This is Revelation 19. It says, let's start at 15. It says, for I, let's start at 17. It says, and the Spirit and the bride say, come. And let him that heareth say, come. And let him that is athirst come. And whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. Yet, he which testifies these things saith, surely I come quickly. Amen. Even so, your hours. That's his name. That's the word. Hours God.
So is that a future event?
What is it? Yeah. Because he has a plan.
When he says the Spirit and the bride say come, is that a future event?
Before I go with that, so that's why I'm addressing that. He said, that's how you learn it too. You got to deal with what the Lord has gave you. And when you're dealing with that now, you see, okay, Gentiles can't fall into that. That's that simple. Now, he said, the whole point of the Israelites is how the God was using them, right? Okay, this is
I just asked that question.
that was the statement he was making, so I was going to address that. This is Isaiah 61, and I'm going to start at 5. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vineyards.
I got you guys. I'll block the camera. Suck my ass.
Men shall call you the ministers of our God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. Now, how can that be everybody with that saying? You see that? That's talking about the Israelites not being made the tail anymore. We're going to be made the head. If you want to say it's me, okay, fine. The Israelites are going to be made the head. They're going to eat up all the other nations' riches. That's why I said the doors of Jerusalem and the kingdom of heaven are never going to close. I say that in Isaiah 60. They're never going to be open day and night.
The gates are open, yeah. And is that a future event or is that current?
this the messianic rule right now?
So what is the temple of God? Where does it say the temple will be? The temple was a building, but what is it now?
What is it?
Just a little track, just a little something on the back.
Oh, I'm atheist, but thank you.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God? And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you?
Now, everybody can't be made the temple according to Romans 9.
So the people are the temple. When he sees a new temple coming down, a new Jerusalem, that's the church, the people of God. And the gates are open. When he says the Spirit and the bride say come, the Holy Spirit is drawing people from the bride of Christ and saying come too. That's right now. That's not a future event.
This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil.
This is what everything is about. The word living is the word of peace, according to the Bible. Everything is coming down to Esau and Jacob. That's why no difference among any people in the way it is between so-called white and so-called black. Right? And it's historically been documented like that. There are Esau, the red child that came out was very close to the red.
Here's one of the
There are
slaves.
Jacob.
Yep, I'm doing.
Romans chapter 9 verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that called. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
God hates. He hates Esau. So Esau is not eating the kingdom of heaven. You know what he's going to do? You're proud, man. You're going into slavery. You're going to get a big chain put around your neck according to the Messiah. Get Matthew 10 and 34. I want y'all to answer this, and then I'm going to answer the New Jerusalem question. Matthew 10 and 34.
What makes you, like you said, what makes you think that you're an Israelite?
It's Matthew.
I know about the Spirit.
But you don't even know.
Romans 8. You say the Spirit bears witness that we are the children of God. The Spirit bears witness that we are the children of God. No, it's based on the Spirit. I didn't always know this. That's God's prophecy. The Israelites
Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
This right here is around 11.
This is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Did he do that the first time? Did he? According to the account we read, did he do that the first time? Did Jesus do that the first time? Did he bring the sword?
What do you mean, a physical sword? Do you think that's what he's talking about?
This is my kingdom, my servants will fight. This is my kingdom, my servants will fight. Yes, it's talking about a physical sword. Real quick, this Isaiah 66 and 15. Hold on. I'm going to answer it. Then I'm going to praise the Lord. Isaiah 66 and 15. You got it? You got it. Go ahead. That's a physical sword.
Not symbolic.
This is John chapter 18 and verse 36. It says, Yahweh shall answer, my kingdom. Jesus answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from thence.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
That's why he said, "Being not I came to set the earth before." But he didn't do that the first time. He was just said to spread the message, like, look, man, this is going on. This is what God expects of you. When I come back, that second coming, bloodshed. Because sin is the wages is what.
So when was that second coming?
See that? We're gonna see.
Is that a future event?
You believe in the prophecy or not? It's like you don't believe in any prophecy. It's like you deal with prophecy, but you say
But
everything.
you say you know about 70 AD, but you don't act like it. When you read the Word of God, you're taking all these verses that were meant for that, and you're projecting them into the future. And you're projecting slavery into the future.
Your
You keep
time,
projecting all
the reason
these
that's
things.
why I was dealing with all this certain thing. Your timeline is thrown off, and you
Or are you
understand
sure it's not
prophecy.
yours?
Go ahead, Matthew 24. Where's 70 AD talked about in the Bible?
Where is it talked about? It's not talked about because it's not in it.
What was it?
It's
Hold on.
talked.
Was Jesus a prophet?
Jesus was a prophet.
Matthew 24. Starting with.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 1. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple. And his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple.
You know another thing? You said, when is this going to happen? You're going to hear it. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the destruction of done.
70 AD.
70 AD.
And when we know when you're ready to come back. Go ahead.
And Jesus said unto them, ye not.
Start from the top of the top. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 1. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple. And his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another.
That's 70 AD.
Right.
That happened already.
You gotta believe
Go
it.
ahead, man.
That shall not be thrown down.
Yep.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the